You want to know why she ghosted you? Why the girl you took to dinner is now on someone else's scooter? Why she called you sweetheart last night and blocked you this morning? Because you're too fucking nice. You thought being the gentleman would make you stand out. You thought politeness, patience, and picking up the tab would get you love. Nah. In Pattaya, that's just blood in the water. Being nice in this city doesn't make you respected. It makes you prey. Bar girls, freelancers, even so-called good girls can smell a weak man faster than a dog smells fear. And if you lead with kindness instead of control, they will chew you up and not even bother spitting you out. You're not in Kansas, bro. This isn't Bumble. This is a third world Shark Tank where smiles are strategy and good men get used like tissue paper. So today, we're ripping off the mask. This isn't about being mean. It's about being dangerous when necessary. And done with being every girl's emotional punching bag. Welcome to the Pattaya Red Pill Report. And if you're still clinging to your nice guy identity, let this be the episode that finally kills it. But before we go any deeper, smash that subscribe button like it owes you rent. Because this isn't some expat fairy tale or digital nomad love story. This is the truth they never tell you until after you've been rinsed, drained, and dumped. The myth of the good man in Thailand. You thought being a good guy in Thailand was a flex? You thought if you treated her better than the drunk tourist next to you, she'd reward you. You smiled, you paid, you listened. You played Captain Save a Bar Girl. Now you're blocked online. 10,000 bot lighter, and she's at mix with someone else tonight. Welcome to Pattaya. This city doesn't reward nice guys. It exploits them because here, kindness isn't respected. It's tested. And if you keep passing those tests with open arms and open wallets, you're not getting love. You're getting played. Girls here aren't stupid. They've seen 1,000 nice guys walk in thinking their manners and soft heart will win the game. All it does is put you in the easy to manipulate category. You're not special. You're not different. You're just next. In Pattaya, the guy who's too kind, too quick to give, too afraid to say no. He's a walking fucking buffet. And the predators, they come hungry. So if you think being a good man is your shield, you're already bleeding out. The psychology of the Farang pleaser. Let's talk about why you're like this. You didn't just wake up one day thinking, I'll be a pushover in Southeast Asia. No, this shit was programmed into you. Years of Western brainwashing. Be nice, don't upset anyone. Happy wife, happy life. Now, you're in Thailand, still living by rules that got you eaten alive back home, and you're shocked it's happening again here. Here's the ugly truth. Your niceness isn't kindness. It's fear. Fear of being rejected. Fear of looking like the bad guy. Fear of being alone. You think saying yes makes you safe. You think being agreeable keeps the girl around. What it really does, it makes her bored, cold, and eventually gone. You're not her man. You're her mark. She knows she can cry about her phone bill and you'll pay it. She knows you'll never say no, never walk away, never call her out. You think she's drawn to your empathy? Nah. She's just milking your weakness. That's the psychology of the Farang pleaser. All heart, no spine, and in Pattaya, that makes you a chew toy with a passport. Machiavelli was talking about Pattaya before it existed. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince for kings. He wrote it for survivors. People stuck in cutthroat games where kindness gets you killed and morality gets you manipulated. Sound familiar? Because if that book dropped today, it wouldn't be sitting on some king's desk in Florence. It'd be buried under cocktail menus. Here's what the old bastard figured out 500 years ago. Being good isn't enough. In fact, it's a liability when you're surrounded by people who see goodness as weakness. Pattaya runs on power dynamics. The girl with the soft voice and perfect smile, she's got more game in her little finger than most men have in their whole damn passport. And if you're coming in trying to impress her with morals, loyalty, or your big Western heart, she'll take your money, take your time, and take your dignity. Then leave you wondering, what the hell just happened? Why? Because you don't scare her. You don't challenge her, you're not dangerous. And in a city where everyone's playing angles, the guy who can't bite back, he's just here to be fed on. Machiavelli said, if you must choose between being loved or feared, choose to be feared. Because love is optional. But fear earns respect. If you're not respected, you're disposable. So, what does that look like in Pattaya? Let's break it down. Be the fox and the lion. And Machiavelli said, the prince must learn to be a fox and a lion. Smart enough to spot the trap, strong enough to rip the fucking jaws off anything that tries to cage him. That's exactly the mindset you need in Pattaya. See, being clever without backbone, that makes you a passive observer. Being tough without awareness, that makes you a blunt tool. But you need to be both. Because this place isn't built for boys, it's built for players. The fox, that's the guy who sees the hustle before it starts. She tells you her grandma's sick, you clock it. She says she forgot her wallet, you smile, but you already know the script. You don't get mad, you don't freak out, you just don't fall for it. The lion, that's the guy who commands space without saying a word. He doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't ask what he's already earned. He walks away like it's nothing because he knows he's the prize. You don't have to be an asshole in Pattaya, but you sure as hell need to look like one if someone tries to play you. Girls here test every guy. They poke, prod, guilt, and sweet talk you into submission. It's not evil, it's just the game. And if you fail that test, you go from maybe to mark real fast. So next time she tries the sob story, be the fox. Next time she pushes your limit, be the lion. And if you're both, you're not just surviving here, you're running the fucking table, breaking free from the Farang nice guy trap. Here's the part that stings. You did this to yourself. You let her talk to you like a child. You let her take without giving. You let yourself believe that if you just stayed kind, patient, and supportive, she'd eventually value you. But deep down, you knew, you saw the signs, you just didn't want to lose her, so you kept paying the price. But here's the truth, and it's ugly. She was never afraid to lose you, because you never showed her what losing you would cost. You didn't set boundaries, you didn't enforce consequences, you didn't make her work for your respect, your attention, your resources. You just gave, and she took until there was nothing left but a shell of a man, wondering how the fuck he got here. So, how do you break free? Start by saying no. Without guilt, no to the phone bill, no to the sob story, no to the just alone until Friday. Then watch what happens. She'll either respect you or reveal she never did. Next, stop over-explaining. You don't owe her a damn speech every time you set a boundary. You're not her dad, you're not her therapist, you're a man, and men don't justify limits. They enforce them, and finally, get comfortable walking away. Because the second, she believes you never will. She owns your ass, stupid. You're not here to prove your worth, you're here to protect it. So what now? Go cold, go savage. Not quite. Let's talk balance. The real balance in Pattaya. Let's get this straight. You don't need to turn into some cold, dead-inside psycho just to survive in Pattaya. That rebound move, going from Mr. Nice Guy to ice-cold bastard, is just another form of weakness. Trauma in sunglasses. The goal isn't to stop giving a fuck, it's to stop giving it to the wrong people. This city isn't about love or hate. It's about control, image, and who holds the power in every moment. You can still have fun, still be chill, still be generous, but in Pattaya, that only works if you got teeth. You want to give a bar girl something? Cool, make sure you chose to. Not because she guilted you with a sob story, not because she called you baby 4 times in broken English, not because she said, I don't usually do this. Nah. You give when it makes sense, when it's earned, when it comes from strength, not simping. Because real power here is the guy who laughs when she tries to test him, who smiles and walks away when she thinks she's got him hooked, who's never afraid to say, nah, I'm good. That's the man bar girls respect. That's the guy who gets what he wants without begging, without chasing, without bleeding out cash to feel seen. The soft, eager to please Farang, he gets drained. The grounded, sharp, unshakable one, he gets options. So, yeah, keep your kindness. but back it with presence, control, and a willingness to burn it all down if she crosses the line. That's what works in Pattaya. Not fake smiles, not Western sensitivity, not romantic daydreams about saving a girl from the bar life. Be real, be fair, be sharp, and never, ever let your niceness become your leash. No more permission. No more illusions. Let's not sugarcoat it. If you're still walking around Pattaya thinking being the nice guy is your edge, you're already someone's next payout. This city doesn't punish you for being bad. It punishes you for being naive. You think bar girls fall for kindness? They've seen it all. They've milked it all. They don't respond to your heart. They respond to your frame. Because if you don't know how to say no, if you're afraid to walk away, if you think paying a bill buys you love, you're not a man in control. You're a customer with feelings. And around here, those guys get played the hardest. Stop asking for permission to exist. Stop hoping she'll notice your good intentions. She won't. This is Pattaya. Respect is earned through presence, not pity. And freedom? That starts the moment you decide you'll never beg to be seen again. If this hit you in the gut, it was supposed to. Subscribe for it, because we're not here to make you feel better. We're here to make you see better. I'm Josh, and this was your Pattaya Red Pill Report. If the truth hurts, good. That means you're still alive. See you next round.